Hey there, YouTube. It's Travis again, and I'm trying to stick with my, pledge to do a video a day, every day for 30 days. And today is the third day, and for today's topic, something I've been thinking about is the new Windows 10S. At first I was kind of excited about this. The thought of it, Windows competing as a Chromebook platform, but then once they actually announced it, there were a couple things that really turned me off on it big time. And I understand why they decided to do these things. One of them is, for instance, you cannot install Chrome. Edge is your default browser. It's your only browser. The only browsers you can use are the browsers that are in the Windows store. Also, Bing is your only search engine that you're allowed to use. They've already tried all this before. It was called Windows RT, and that bombed. Why? Because Google is a better product. It's a better search engine. That's not just all your opinion. That's a fact. It's a better search engine. Google Chrome browser has a better browsing experience. You know, Edge might get there, but everything they've done so far, I like it. The one thing I do like about Edge is I really like the graphics, the texturing. It's beautiful when you look at it. But as far as functionality, it works, but it just feels like something's lacking. And so I still default to Chrome. Plus Chrome, you know, I link it to my Gmail account. It stores all my bookmarks throughout all my devices. Everything I edit on it, it's edited automatically throughout all my devices. Great continuity. Don't have that with Edge. The other thing is, since you can only use things from the Windows 10 store, that leaves other stuff which again goes back to the Google suite of tools, which a lot of people use, like Google Drive. I use that for lots of my storage. Why? Because I can access it on all my devices. I can access it on my desktop, my laptop, my Chromebook. I can pull it up on a tablet, my cell phone. I can go into a library and log into it if I want to. Just make sure you log out if you ever do something like that, because you don't want somebody in your stuff. But it's very universal. I can use it anywhere. Hell, if I had an iPhone and if I used Apple products, I could still access it all. And I think this is where they're dropping the ball, Windows 10S. Windows 10S would be a great platform, and I think they would actually win out in the education department if they did two key things. One, allowed you to install Chrome browser and use the Android tools. And then two, use their Android bridge that they built a couple years ago to where you can run Android apps natively on Windows. We know this works because they've demonstrated it, they showed it. The problem is it works so well, they're afraid nobody would write apps for Windows, the Windows 10 store. They wouldn't write UWP apps. Which, in my opinion, UWP, it's a great idea, great concept, but they kind of already missed the boat on this. And they just don't want to let it go. That's why Windows Phone failed, because they relied solely on that store. There was a time where they were actually beta testing letting you run native Android apps on Windows 10 phones. Well, they weren't Windows 10 at the time, but Windows phones. And it worked beautifully. It worked as well as it did on an actual Android device. They killed that program because they were afraid that it wouldn't allow them to use their app store. Which, honestly, at this point, their app store is a joke. They need to let it go. If you have the ability to run native Android apps, why wouldn't you want to go around and tell everybody, hey, look at our platform. We do all this stuff. We have all of our normal Microsoft suites. We have Office and everything that you know and love about Windows, plus the largest app store on the planet, and everything runs natively and runs beautifully on it. That just sounds like a winning combination to me, and it sounds like a great business model. But, well, like I said, these are my thoughts. This is what I'm thinking about. If you have anything to add, or if you think I'm retarded, anything, just put it in the comments below. Other than that, y'all have a great night, and I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye.